Hey guys, it's Anna, and we're back again, obviously, with another astrology video, what I think about you. And just wanted to say, my last video, I was being like really quiet because people were home at my house and I didn't want to be like too loud and have them like barge in on me because that's what my family does. And yeah, so that's just why that video was kind of quiet. So obviously now no one's home, I can be loud and obnoxious. This week we are going to be talking about Capricorns. Capricorns, they aren't talked about that much. When you hear about the zodiac, when you hear about astrology, Capricorns just don't come up that much. I feel like a lot of the earth signs just don't come up all that much, to be honest. But Capricorns, out of all the earth signs, seem to just be ignored for some reason. And we're talking about them today because Capricorns are the goats. Literally, they're the goat. And they're awesome. So we're going to get into it. The goat, represented by the goat, from December 22nd to January 19th. They're an earth sign. They're cardinal quality. And they're ruled by Saturn. Capricorns are serious-minded people who often seem aloof and tightly in control of their emotions and their personal domain. Even as youngsters, there's a mature air about them, as if they were born with a profound core that a few outsiders ever see. This sign's nickname, the goat, represents Capricorn's slow, steady rise through the world. They're easily impressed by outward signs of success, but are interested less in money than in the power that money represents. So they like power. They kind of like Sagittarius and Scorpio. They like being in places of power. Capricorns are true workers, industrious, efficient, and disciplined. They deplore inertia in other people. Their innate common sense gives them the ability to plan ahead and to work out practical ways of approaching goals. More often than not, they succeed at whatever they set out to do. So, I mean, Capricorns, any earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus are just naturally hard workers. Literally down-to-earth people. They believe that hard work will bring you success throughout life. And Capricorns are very driven people. They want to be successful people. Kind of like Virgo, they want to make other people proud of them. Capricorns are natural worriers. So if you know a Capricorn, they probably worry about a lot of things, or they're stressed about a lot of things, or they maybe have a little bit of anxiety. They are worrying about school, they're worrying about a relationship, they're worrying about what they're gonna eat for dinner. Like, they're just worriers. Even when they've taken all the precautions they can possibly take, Capricorns fret that they've forgotten something. They can benefit from the idea of perfect faith, that whatever they do will work out fine. Unfortunately, they're hard to convince of that. In a crowd, Capricorns aren't particularly easy to spot because they're not like, say, a Sagittarius, where they're going to be loud and boisterous and just having a really great time, probably surrounded by a bunch of people. And they're not going to be like a Scorpio or even like a Libra who walks in and kind of like has that look to them where they're like maybe very beautiful people or very like sexy people. Capricorns aren't like that. They possess a quiet dignity that's unmistakable. Capricorn women. At first glance, she appears to be tough as nails, a determined, serious woman who seems to know where she has been, where she is, and where she's going. But when you get to know her, you'll discover she's not tough at all. She's merely guarded and reserved. Don't expect her to welcome you into her life with open arms. You have to prove yourself first. This woman has certain parameters and boundaries that she won't cross. She isn't the type to throw herself recklessly into a casual affair. Once you've proven you're worthwhile, she'll open up emotionally and her depth may astonish you. She plays for keeps. She loves animals. Yeah, Capricorn women, they're just so true to themselves, which is amazing. They're not easily influenced. They don't really give in to peer pressure. They know what they want and they're willing to wait to get what they want out of life, out of people. And that's why they come off kind of like guarded a bit, probably Capricorn sun, moon, or rising sign, but they're kind of feeling you out, because in the end, if you're courting a Capricorn, say if a guy is trying to get with a Capricorn girl, she's probably gonna be like, okay, she's gonna be waiting for you to impress her. She wants to be impressed by you, and she wants to know that you're there for her and you're legit. You're not just gonna leave her, you're not just gonna screw her over or something like that. You can have a great conversation with a Capricorn about life, about literally anything. They're down to talk about it. They're silly people too, and yeah, they're just really down to get to know you on a deep level, kind of like an air sign. A Capricorn man, he's well prepared for any journey he undertakes, and it doesn't matter whether the journey is physical, emotional, or spiritual. He doesn't like surprises. He shies away from getting involved in people's lives, and this detachment allows him to focus on his goals. If he's a boss, he can be kind of like a dictator, and as an employee, you won't find a harder worker. So again, really hard workers. He enjoys the company of vivacious women, perhaps because they make him feel lighter and less driven. Once he's committed, he tends to be monogamous, aka Capricorns are probably fuckboys. Life seems to improve for him as he ages because he's learned that discipline is not nearly as important as compassion. So I feel like Capricorn women and men kind of differ in that way of relationships, where the woman is like, impress me, like I can be single for as long as I want till I find the person I love, where a Capricorn man is, probably with a bunch of different women all the time, just because it makes him feel lighter, like he can breathe a little bit more. Some famous Capricorns: Al Capone, Cary Grant, Janis Joplin, Katie Couric, Tiger Woods, Zooey Deschanel, Timothy Chalamet. I think Capricorns can be kind of awkward sometimes, and I think they kind of realize this too, just because they don't know how to be fake. They don't know how to make people like them. They just know how to be who they are, and sometimes it can just be like an awkward situation. Maybe they're put into a party and everyone's getting really crazy and wild, and they're kind of just like, I kind of want to leave. Like, they don't know how to not be themselves, and I respect Capricorns for that. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, so we're going to talk a little bit about Saturn today. So Saturn is the karmic planet. The restrictions and structure inherent to Saturn are expressed through the sign it occupies. The sign shows how you handle obstacles in your life, how you deal with authority, and how you cope with serious issues. Actually, Saturn is thought to be the karmic planet of the zodiac. The house placement is personally significant because it shows what areas of your life is affected. So let's talk about Saturn with Capricorn. No matter what challenges you face, your ambition conquers them. You respect the power structures that you see. For you, life itself is serious business. Don't get locked into rigid belief systems. Remain flexible. Capricorns are just naturally serious people. They're just all about business. I mean, they like to have a good time, as anyone does, but they're very structured people. So if you have a Saturn in Capricorn, you might get stuck in your ways too much. Maybe you follow a pattern of life way too much, or your day, the way you go about your day. You have a schedule for things. You have a schedule for how you want a relationship to go. Don't get locked into those systems, because that is not good for you, Capricorn, because you need to have this kind of balance in your life where you can have play, and be serious. Now we're going to talk about the rising sign, the ascendant sign for Capricorn. There's a seriousness to Capricorn rising people that is unmistakable. Even when they're joking around, it's of the deadpan variety. In fact, plenty of very humorous people have Capricorn ascendants. It's all in the timing and the fact that they don't giggle before the joke is over. Capricorn ascendant people project competence. They simply ooze it. They're generally very image-conscious people. The clothes they wear and their manner are a big deal to them. They want to appear successful, and they generally succeed. So there's this whole aura around Capricorn of being successful. They want to show people that they can be successful. So if you have a Capricorn ascendant sign, obviously the ascendant is how you come off to someone else, say a stranger or just someone in the crowd. So if your ascendant sign is in Capricorn, you probably present to yourself as a very successful, very driven person, very hardworking person. You probably don't dress very crazy like a Gemini might, or like a Scorpio might. But you're an earth sign. You're very plain in the way you want to dress. And you don't feel like, especially like you feel like you don't need to like show off your body either. Like some other signs might feel kind of sexy like that, and even Taurus is kind of like that because they're ruled by Venus, but Capricorns don't feel the need to outwardly look very beautiful. All right, you guessed it, it's time to talk about the moon signs and your inner emotions. This is what's going on. You need Capricorn moon. You need structure of some sort to feel emotionally secure. You aren't as emotionally aloof as some people think. You just don't wear your heart on your sleeve. That is the opposite of me. Structure. You need to feel secure in your emotions so you can think things over and process things. Again, aloof. Some people you might come off to people as like you don't know what's going on, and you do, just nobody else can really notice that because you have this kind of a structured way to put your emotions and how you think about things. So now we're going to do Mercury and how you're communicating with other people. Mercury in Capricorn. You're characterized by mental discipline and organizational ability. Your intellect is sometimes structured in a way that inhibits imagination. You experience much serious and thoughtful contemplation. What I get from this is that, like, you don't like to imagine great things about yourself that aren't real. You're a very idealistic type of a person. You don't like to fantasize about things, about the what if. You're very structured, down to earth, down to business type of a person. But you're thoughtful at the same time, because Capricorns are kind of deep, on a deeper level. They have deep thoughts within themselves, so they can probably talk very seriously and about very broad topics with a lot of different people. Venus in Capricorn. Artistic nature, love, how you spend your money, how you're romantic. You exercise restraint in emotions and experience some disappointment in love and romance. Marriage is usually for practical reasons and maybe to someone older and more established financially. Your emphasis is on acquiring financial and material assets. So this is kind of making it sound like you're like a gold digger. You marry older, maybe. You marry someone with a higher stature. Maybe they have a lot of money, or they're in a place of power that you admire about them, so you like that, so you get into that. Lastly, I will talk about Mars. Stamina, your sex drive, how you express your desire for personal achievement. Mars in Capricorn. Your worldly ambitions may take you into public life. You're able to plan well and to work practically to realize your ambitions and goals. You tend to keep a tight rein on your sex drive and may get involved with people who are older than you are. I feel like I see that more with probably Capricorn men than women. Maybe as they get older, Capricorn women would do that, but I feel like Capricorn men would maybe go for an older type of a woman. You know your goals, you have your ambitions, you know how to plan for it, you know how to structure it, and you know how to go for it. But that's pretty much what I got for you, Capricorn. Hope you enjoyed. We are seriously almost done with this, you guys. We got Aquarius and we got Pisces, and then we're done. So that'll be that after Pisces. And then I gotta think of some more things to do, but I also put out my BoxyCharm video, so I'll put a link below here somewhere. Check it out, and I'll be making another one of those for my next BoxyCharm box that comes through the mail. And yeah, so next video we're gonna be talking about Aquarius, another air sign buddy of mine. I love Aquariuses. I kind of have this little theory that Libras and Aquarius have this connection with each other that they don't really find in other people as fast. I've met some Aquariuses where we just instantly get along right off the bat, and it's just crazy to me. But yeah, Capricorns, let me know what you think down below. Subscribe if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, and we will see you next week. Bye guys.